Well, Jane, a very tragic story. Now, police say the students left here from Southwest High School, crossed over the street where they walked here behind this community center, and this is where the fight happened. 16-year-old Jose Guzman dead, and now authorities say that they don't know what happened. They're looking at putting the pieces together. As for friends here, they say it's a day they'll never forget. Now, Officer Snell has been on the force for nearly 2 years. He has 3 kids. He says he doesn't mind being a hero to them. As for the wrong-way driver, well, Brock was charged with a DWI. He bailed out the next day. Let me just show you something first, Brian. You see this? This is what you were just talking about. This is the, what, quadruple?
Quadruple pie pass.
Yeah, that's the burger you're talking about. And this is what had hundreds of people rushing inside the restaurant today, just trying to get a bite of this right here. And if there's any indication of what it's going to be like now that this restaurant is open after this bumpy ride today, it's going to be interesting to watch. I got a chance to talk to one worker who said when he heard the noise yesterday, it sounded a lot like an explosion. That's how he described the ice that fell down on those 6 workers. Now take a look at what we're seeing right now. Even standing here, you can see pieces of the snow and the ice. See that? Falling down in Dallas. That brings a total to about 40 to 41. Those additional trucks coming from we got a horn blowing over here coming from nearby areas. Now, it's not going to take 30 minutes, but it's going to actually take 2 to 3 hours. This is what you're looking at when you're walking outside to your car. And the main factor is all this stuff underneath. There's ice. And this is the biggest danger when you're driving. You want to watch out for this. Hey, Omar, like he said, oh, yeah, they're not here yet, but everybody is excited and ready for it to start. It's over now, and that's the big deal right now. The NFL lockout has ended. Right now, though, it's quiet, but things are going to soon change. That's because they're opening up the gates or doors, so to speak, at 9 o'clock this morning. Players said they're ready to get back to the swing of things.
Okay, and you also have the inside scoop on the big party tonight, and I want to know if you're going.
Of course, I'm not going. I have to go to work tomorrow. Yes, Sean Marion for the Dallas Mavericks along with J.J. Barea, they are going to be at Zook nightclub tonight, and I understand it is going to be a feat. They've already sold 1,800 tickets, and they're expecting a large crowd, not to mention Jamie Foxx. Also, his people sent a note to their people, so he may also show up. So it should be a pretty interesting party night in Dallas tonight.
You might just want to say you're sick and go to the party.
Yeah. We'll see you at work, in quotes.
Workers have been working hard here throughout the morning as some of the people who have come here to apply for those vouchers have either passed out from the heat exhaustion, or one woman, we were told, a 7-month-old pregnant woman, unfortunately was trampled as the lines rushed towards this line just to stand here outside to get an opportunity to be one of the first to pre-apply for the rental assistance. We should also note that the doors actually don't open till 8 o'clock. However, a lot of people that you see here have been standing here just within the last hour. And we should also note that most people got here at about 4:30 p.m. yesterday just to get an opportunity to be one of the first. Some people we talked to said that they did not expect this. A lot of people said that they wish there would have been an easier way to be able to go through this process, and some have simply already left. But for those who have already been here for hours and counting, they are just hoping to be able to get inside and apply for those vouchers. For now, we're in Dallas. Amanda Fitzpatrick, NBC 5. Most of them already placing garbage bags like the ones you see here, just to kind of cover it and protect any additional rain from getting inside. And again, even looking at this car, some businesses have already taken advantage. They put fires like this one just to kind of tell people, hey, if you want to come get your window fixed, we're available. Again, for people that are seeing this, waking up to this morning, like this guy who, as you can see, has not covered his vehicle. He may not be aware it's already shattered in this back window here, broken glass everywhere.
Amanda, it looks like things are getting busy already out there.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Scott. You're exactly right. One thing I want to point out, there's some sun that I'm feeling here, and it's a good feeling. Look at the stadium right now. You can get a good picture now that the sun is out. Kind of want to point out just a little ice still there on that one side. Again, they worked very hard yesterday to clear the top of the stadium off for today's big game, especially with the crowds underneath there that have those party passes that plan to party. We looked for some tailgaters this morning. We didn't see any set up quite yet when we first checked around 5 a.m., but I'm sure that's dramatically changing as people are coming out and preparing for the big game. And of course, it's getting busy in terms of workers and just security, police everywhere, and definitely more roads are blocked off than previous. And we've been out here for weeks and weeks just waiting for this big day, and it is finally here, and it feels good. Live in Arlington, Amanda Fitzpatrick, NBC 5. Outside Staff Sergeant Jeremy Smith's home, red, white, and blue flags line the yard.
He just had to see Afghanistan, so he's seen Iraq. He just needed to see Afghanistan and get the full experience. And I honestly believe he was going to be done after this one. So I just never thought anything would happen to him.
A grieving younger brother.
Realized how blessed I was to have the little bit of time I had with him. And when I spoke to him last, we've been making plans. You know, when you get back, we're finally going to go out.
He served 3 tours of duty before returning to North Texas to go to college, but he still wanted to serve, so he re-enlisted in the reserves to help pay for his education.
He was going to school and he was on the reserves. We didn't even think he was going to be deployed, much less his entire unit be deployed.
Not knowing his 4th tour would be his last.
He gave everything 150%, no matter what it was, whether it was welcoming a new brother to the family, whether it was being there for his Marines. He did everything 150%.
God bless America. The Patriot Guard riders stood tall, American flags in hand.
He wanted his life and his death to have meaning. He couldn't bear the thought of losing his life in an accident or something instead of in combat serving his country.
A proud Marine, Staff Sergeant Jeremy Smith served 4 tours in the Middle East fighting for our country. Before his April 6th untimely death, he leaves behind a grieving widow.
My husband Jeremy, known to many as Staff Sergeant Smith, is and always has been an amazingly passionate man. He wasn't just my husband, he was my best friend.
His younger brother Tyler fighting through tears to say his final goodbyes.
He was the best man I've ever had the privilege of knowing. And I've never been more proud of anything than to have been his little brother. I love you, Jeremy.
What do you say to a hero? It's sometimes hard to know. But now, above in heaven, I made it home.
Staff Sergeant Smith was buried here at DFW National Cemetery. Now, one concern today was protesters at the funeral. However, no protesters showed up. Arlington police were there in full force in case there were any problems. In Dallas, Amanda Fitzpatrick, NBC 5.